You know what day it is?
Don't tell me. Tuesday.
That's right. And I'm Ben Kai, here to talk about another Star Trek game. This time, it's Star Trek Generations.
Yes!
Yep, the same name as the 7th Star Trek movie. But this tie-in game is actually better than the movie.
Intriguing.
It also serves as a pseudo-sequel to that next-gen adventure game, Final Unity, because it brings back that game's alien antagonists, the Chodak.
Greetings, Captain. The base commander will see you shortly.
More on them later.
Very well.
Now, this game's main story follows the basic plot of the movie. Evil Dr. Soren wants to enter into this extra-dimensional rift known as the Nexus, so that he can live out an alternate fantasy life with his wife and children who were killed by the Borg.
He lost his entire family when the Borg destroyed his planet.
The thing is, the guy wants to blow up entire solar systems just to alter the path of the Nexus so that he can pick him up on the nearest planet. Why doesn't he try flying into it? Well, he did try that. It didn't work.
Our records show that every ship which has approached the ribbon has either been destroyed or severely damaged.
Thank you, Mr. Data. The beginning of the game shows a cutscene from the movie where the Enterprise B rescues some people in the Nexus. One of them being Soren. He wasn't too happy about that.
Let me go, man, please.
Fast forward about 100 years, and now the Enterprise D has discovered Soren's evil plan and have to race against time to stop him. And when I say race against time, I'm being literal, because every action you take in stellar cartography to try and find Soren takes time. Perform too many actions trying to find the dude, then boom, Soren blows up another system. So the game starts off on the Armagosa research station, and you play as Commander Riker, searching for survivors.
Enterprise, we've got a survivor.
If you get to the end of the level, you'll encounter Soren and try to phaser him down, but he'll just beam away. But he left you a present.
Riker to Enterprise. I found some sort of missile launcher. It's aimed directly at the Amargosa sun.
A countdown clock.
Launch bay open.
Oh, shoot. What do I do? Press this? No. This? No. What about this? That just made things worse.
Probe loaded.
Just press everything!
Main power deactivated.
Did that do it?
Probe launched.
No, it didn't.
Helm Warp 1, engage.
Now, all this happened in the movie, so if you fail, it's technically canon, but you can save the Armagosa system, effectively playing in an alternate version of the movie.
Riker to Enterprise. I've diverted Soren's weapon.
From here on out, you've got to locate where Soren is going next and try to stop him. So this all sounds cool and all, but how does it play? Well, here's the thing. You guys remember System Shock, right? Not the remake. Not the second game. I'm talking about the first one. Unenhanced version, with no proper mouse look.
Oh, shit.
That's how Generations plays. Right down to the similar HUD interactions.
I hate this.
You're given inventory slots for various guns, health, and key items. The bottom left panel shows your tricorder information, which switches between your health status,
Stand by, number one. Transporter room energized.
a nifty little map, and your current mission objective. I mean, isn't that obvious? Stop Soren. Duh. The center panel is what you use when you want to interact with something you're next to,
A key card.
be it an item to pick up or a control panel to play with.
Ah, it is worthless.
And check this out. Individual phaser settings. All 16 of them. They could have kept things simple and just done stun, kill, and vaporize, but no. They wanted to give us a complete phaser experience. And I'm down for that.
These creatures are quite susceptible to phaser energy, despite their sturdy appearance.
You should be careful not to use it too much, because ammo for the phaser is scarce. And you'll want to save it up for whenever you go up against Soren.
The damage is extensive.
Some missions will give you some alternative weapons that you can use.
I shall ask the captain to add these to our ship's armory.
But if you do run out of ammo, you can always do a melee attack. And depending on the character, you'll get a different attack animation that fits with their persona. Data does his backhanded slap, Crusher can pull out the Crusher kick, Picard does a karate chop, and Worf does cat scratches? Okay, whatever works for you, man.
Do not delay me.
Now here's a really big negative against the game. You can't save in the middle of a mission.
Acknowledge.
Loading your save only takes you back to the start of a mission. This can be bad because many of these levels can last up to 20 minutes, and you can die in the last minute by Sauron's overpowered disruptor. Meaning levels like this one on a gigantic living planet where you have to navigate a big maze and you can't even use your tricorder map or else them blue orby things will attack you.
Something about the tricorder attracts the antibodies.
You'll have to start this maze all over again. And let me tell you, that was not fun. It would have also been nice to save in moments like these where you have to make platforming jumps, just so I could quickly retry a jump. But no, the developers were frackin' sadists and wanted you to feel the pain of missing a jump, climbing all the way back up and try again. Perhaps this would be fine if there was just one platforming level. But it's every single planet. Every single one of them has a platforming section.
I believe I am experiencing frustration.
Once you complete a mission,
One to beam
you're
up.
back at Stellar Cartography, deducing where that white-haired freak went next. Scan a couple planets, then you'll get a hint where to look next.
Long-range scan of star complete.
Sir, a Ferengi trader operating in the Haley system claims to have completed a transaction with a bird of prey for Federation
Interesting news, Mr. Worf, but I'm afraid we must focus on locating Sauron.
Ha! Even in the game, Picard says no to Worf.
Recommend we fire a photon torpedo, Captain.
Negative.
The Ferengi report that they dealt with a distinctly non-Klingon humanoid with white hair.
Right, because there aren't multiple evil white-haired dudes in the universe, like Saruman, Sephiroth, Sauerkraut. You are given complete freedom where to warp to, scan, and fight whatever ships you see. But be warned, there are consequences.
Jean-Luc, our long-range sensors have detected the destruction of the Amargosa system.
Whoops.
Why did you delay?
No reason. Missions are completely random on every playthrough, so you won't be able to see all of them one single go-around. This encourages future replays in an attempt to find all these missions. One time you'll get to play as Data on a planet filled full of warring robots, or perhaps you'll get the one where you've got to infiltrate a Romulan base as a disguised Counselor Troy. No one will attack you so long as you don't fire disrupt. Whoops. Or just go Commando Troy mode and vaporize everything and everyone in your path.
A heavy disruptor. Well, I was traveling light.
I never thought I'd see the day that Troy would be single-handedly vaporizing waves of Romulans. That's probably the most interesting thing about these missions, is how varied they are. Most times, violence isn't always the answer. Sure does feel good.
Forgive the intrusion, Commander.
And there will always be the Starfleet way of approaching things. But if all else fails, you've always got the vaporize setting.
That's what I'll call superior firepower.
Perhaps the most unique mission is the one where you beam down to a Chodak mining facility as Captain Picard.
I shall handle this personally. Number one, you have the con.
As I mentioned earlier, the Chodak were from the point-and-click adventure game A Final Unity, and that's pretty much all they've ever been in.
Chodak are an enigmatic race. It may take decades before we understand them.
But we know that they can be quite arrogant.
I seek the base commander.
You will not find him here. Be gone.
We also know they are an extremely powerful race, especially when it comes to their ships, which can kill you quickly. Chodak, more like Chodicks. Which leads me to the other part of the game, the space combat. It's not good. In fact, it's downright terrible.
I hate this. It is revolting.
Ships only have two functions: run at you full speed, guns blazing, or flee in the opposite direction. Which are the exact options you have for your ship. Sure, you can fly the thing manually, but it is slow. Instead, press 1 on your keyboard to chase down an enemy, then 2 to do a 180 flee maneuver. Doing this, you can quickly alternate between fore and aft torpedo bays, but be careful. You only have so many torpedoes in the entire game. You use them up, then that's it. You're stuck with the weaker phasers throughout the rest of the game. If you can make it to the final space mission of the game, you'll encounter a fleet of Klingons, Romulans, and Chodicks. It is nearly impossible to defeat, and you're actually supposed to run away. But if you do somehow manage to defeat all of them in this final armada, you'll be treated to an alternate ending to the Generations movie where Sauron is defeated in space.
Self-destruct enabled.
And the Enterprise D never gets destroyed.
The enemy fleet has been dispersed and we are en route to Starbase 137 for repairs.
But you'll most likely flee this battle and have to find Sauron on the final planet, which is the same one from the movie, Viridian 3.
Set course for Viridian.
Now for those of you who've never seen this movie, it will be quite confusing. Picard beams down and it appears to be too late. Sauron blows up the star and gets sucked up by the Nexus. Then you're magically playing as Captain Kirk, complete with his double-handed punch. They could have added the cutscene from the movie showing Picard meeting Kirk in the Nexus and the two of them returning to Viridian to fight Sauron, but they instead opted to hit the skip cutscene button and go straight to the fight. As Kirk, you fight Sauron, battle some Klingons.
There's a reason you Klingons should never die.
Take a nice dip in some hot springs.
These hot springs are healing me.
And vaporize these... I don't know what they are, but Kirk don't like them.
Shut off the damn noise!
And just like the movie, Kirk decloaks the missile launcher and falls to his certain death. Come to think of it, why didn't Picard just take him back to those healing hot springs? That would have saved him.
These hot springs are the perfect temperature.
Whatever. Game's not canon anyway.
Captain, we've got a serious situation on our hands.
But you're still not done with the game, because Sauron has escaped once again, and this time, aboard your ship, the Enterprise. Sauron has initiated a warp core breach, causing everyone to evacuate to the saucer section. Now it's all up to Captain Picard to stop him.
Earl Grey tea. I know this ship like the back of my hand.
They put a Star Trek V reference in there. Plus 1 point for that one. Picard will engineer for the torpedo bay to explode, killing Sauron.
That will stop Sauron's weapon, but the blast will kill him. I must warn him. Even Sauron deserves one last chance.
Nah, I'm out of here. I'm taking Spot with me. Come here, kitty cat. We're out of here. See ya, Sour Man.
Phew, made it.
Can't believe I blew up the Enterprise just for one annoying dude. Look, if the guy can take full vaporize setting to the face and live, you better believe blowing up the Enterprise is the only way to kill this freakazoid.
This round to you.
So that was the PC game version of Star Trek Generations. It's definitely a unique Star Trek experience, and one that is quite difficult with its archaic control scheme and terrible platforming.
Made it.
But does offer up some neat puzzles and exploration.
That should do it.
The fact that the entire TNG cast voiced this game is also another nice treat for us trekkers out there. So if you're wanting to play it too, then you'll have to hunt down a copy and get it running on a Windows 95 computer or emulate it under the PC EMU program, because there's no digital store that sells this game. You could always let the good folks on GOG know how much you would like to play it. Maybe they can even get Night Dive to get a hold of the rights and make an enhanced version of Generations just like they did with System Shock. Oh boy, that would make this game so much better with proper mouse aim. But even as it is, it's still better than the movie.
I just love scanning for life forms. Life forms. You tiny little life forms.
Oh, yes!
You precious little life forms.
I hate this!
Where are you?
It is revolting!
More? Please.